Hello, everyone. This story takes place in the summer of 2011 near the quiet grounds of Prince George's Hospital Center in Cheverly, Maryland, where something strange was lurking in the woods. A creature so bizarre, so alien in appearance, it defied easy explanation. Regardless, the workers who spotted it had a name ready: the Chupacabra. With that being said, let's get right into it. Witnesses described a grotesque hybrid, part kangaroo, part dog, part rat, part deer. It was hairless, emaciated, and deeply unsettling. However, this wasn't just a fleeting glimpse. They managed to capture it. Using a simple lure of some chicken and leftover Chinese food, the shy creature was coaxed into a cage. The legend was real. The local news crews descended on the hospital, eager for a look at Prince Chupa, as it was quickly nicknamed. The world was watching. Was this the proof cryptozoologists were waiting for? Not quite. Reality, as it often does, provided a less sensational answer. Officials from the Maryland Department of Natural Resources were called in. Their conclusion was swift and definitive. The legendary beast was merely a common fox, ravaged by a severe case of sarcoptic mange, a parasitic skin infection that caused all of its hair to fall out, giving it that monstrous alien-like appearance. Before a DNA sample could even be officially taken, the workers, perhaps disappointed by the mundane reality, released the ailing animal back into the very woods they found it in.
Pretty much right here. Right there is where we set the trap.
Joe Livermore is talking about the mysterious creature caught in the woods close to Prince George's Hospital Center.
It's a kangaroo, dog, rat mixed. It's got a rat tail and a head like a deer. I don't know what it is.
Joe's colleagues didn't know what it was either and started calling it a Chupacabra, after a mythical Latino Bigfoot-type figure. The legend of the so-called Chupacabra started on June 1st, when Prince George's Hospital Center went smoke-free, forcing folks to come into the woods to have a cigarette.
People were coming back inside with cell phone pictures, and they said, "Do you know what this is?" I took a picture of an animal that was running past us while we were smoking, and I didn't know what it was. And they were being passed around, and no one knew what it was. So we decided to trap it.
So last Thursday, using chicken and leftover Chinese food as bait, the X-ray tech captured the animal that has captured the imagination of hospital workers, all of whom are still trying to figure out what it is.
It's so unusual looking, I guess, especially because of the really long tail. So I've never seen anything like it before, the pointy long ears. It's quite interesting character.
I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't know whether to, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was, people said it was a fox, a deer, a dog.
After taking dozens of cell phone videos and pictures of whom they have now nicknamed Prince Chupa, they let him go and have contacted area veterinarians, hoping that someone can help them ID the beast. In Prince George's County, Jane Wattrell, News 4.
The story of Prince Chupa lives on as a cautionary tale, a reminder of how easily our imaginations can turn an everyday tragedy into a legendary monster. The truth was less exciting, but the legend remains. Nevertheless, before I end this video, I'll leave you with this interesting look at the Chupacabra legend as a whole.
A creature that pounces on hapless victims, rips out their throats, and drinks their blood. Running into one of those would scare the heck out of me. And millions here in the Americas, many in New Mexico, truly do fear the Chupacabra. Others think it's a joke, a hoax. How did the Chupacabra story start? And why is it so powerful? Here's News 13 investigative reporter Larry Barker.
Among the monsters said to roam the world's desolate deserts and dense jungles, perhaps none is more feared than the bloodthirsty Chupacabra.
It's a mysterious vampire beast of mythical proportions, right up there with the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, and the abominable snowman. It's the Chupacabra. Everyone knows the name, but no one knows where they live or what they look like. You see, the legend of this vicious monster is as elusive as the beast itself.
To some people, it's a joke. To many people, it's a very real creature.
Ben Radford is a creature hunter of sorts. He's researched Bigfoot, lake monsters, aliens, and ghosts. Now he's taking on the Chupacabra. Radford is managing editor of a science journal, The Skeptical Inquirer. He is known internationally for his science-based investigations. Now, after a 5-year search, Radford has uncovered the secret of the Chupacabra.
Did your grandfather tell you the story about Chupacabra when you were a little kid?
My grandfather didn't tell me that story. In fact, he couldn't have, because the Chupacabra only dates back to 1995.
According to Radford, the entire Chupacabra phenomena, the monster, the books, documentaries, the whole legend was created just 16 years ago from a single confused incident on a sun-drenched Caribbean island.
Mark your calendar. It was the second week of August, 1995.
I can tell you exactly where the legend was born. It was born in the suburb of Canovanas, outside of San Juan, Puerto Rico. It all traced back to one woman named Madeline Tolentino, who saw this bizarre creature outside her house.
Canovanas is a Puerto Rican community about the size of Farmington. During the week of August 7th, 1995, on this residential street, a housewife named Madeline Tolentino spied something out of this world.
She saw this weird thing. It was about 3 to 5 feet high, had spikes down the back, had either black or red eyes, sort of alien-like. And she saw it for a few minutes, and it scattered off into the woods. And from that point, the Chupacabra was born.
The creature she described looked something like this. It had 3 fingers, grayish skin, and skipped like a kangaroo, but had no tail. The local newspaper dubbed the beast El Chupacabra. Never mind, in 1995, there was no such thing as a monster called a Chupacabra. You see, back then, the name referred to a nocturnal bird called a whippoorwill, which some believe sucked milk out of goats. However, once the tabloids got a hold of Madeline Tolentino's beast, there was no stopping the story of a bloodthirsty menace on a rampage. Did Madeline spot an alien critter that night? No one had reported seeing this creature before. But hold on, we have seen it before. Madeline Tolentino's Chupacabra bears an eerie resemblance to this Hollywood image. Meet Syl, the terrifying beast that ran amok in the movie Species.
Call it coincidence or call it invention of a legend. But just weeks before she spotted a strange creature beside her driveway, Madeline Tolentino admitted she sat in a movie theater and watched the science fiction thriller Species.
Ben Radford interviewed Madeline Tolentino.
I think she genuinely believes that she saw this. I don't think she's a hoaxer. I don't think she's a liar. I think that she simply confused a monster that she saw in a film with real life.
Radford calls Tolentino's story dubious, nonsensical, and contradictory.
Scary monster stories never really die. They just get, well, scarier. And that's certainly true in the case of the Chupacabra. You see, out here, legendary tall tales are just part of our Western lore.
Even though the creature Tolentino described was never seen again, Chupacabra hysteria has gone global.
That Chupacabra wants to eat that gold.
People write songs about the Chupacabra. There's Chupacabra figurines. There's Chupacabra board games. There are people who spend their lives looking for the Chupacabra.
Today you hear about Chupacabra sightings all the time. When the carcass of a dead fish was found on Albuquerque's west side, some speculated it was the blood-sucking monster.
In the last 10 years, Chupacabra just means anything weird. It means some dead animal of some sort that we can identify.
Find a diseased dog or coyote, and you'll find someone who says it's Chupacabra. However, in every case, DNA tests show these strange dead creatures are just dead animals.
The media had a very, very active role in promoting the Chupacabra lore, and still does to this day. I mean, hardly a year goes by when someone doesn't find some dead dog somewhere in Texas and calls it the Chupacabra until the tests come in.
Radford calls it the beast that never was, yet the myth continues.
Aren't you a bit of a spoiler? Come on.
I don't think so. You have this creature that's so well known all around the world, this vampire creature, and to be able to definitively solve it, to sort of encapsulate it and say, this is all the elements to it, I think it is more fascinating than the myth.
Despite the evidence, there is still a part in all of us that wants to believe in an elusive, blood-sucking vampire beast that lurks in the shadows.
I would say it is no more and no less as real as Santa Claus.
The Chupacabra is dead. Long live the Chupacabra. Larry Barker, KRQE News 13.
What do you think about all of this? Do you think it was a fox with mange, or do you think it was a chupacabra? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. And as usual, if you're a fan of urban legends, folklore, unsolved mysteries, cold cases, and all things mysterious, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.